For centuries, a vast range of African art has been domiciled outside the continent. Due to this, there has long existed a disconnect between the people, their art, and their history. However, in recent years, Nigeria specifically has been enjoying something of a resurgence in its art industry. While the older museums remain underfunded and dilapidated, the Yemisi Shyllon Museum is one of the few museums in the country leading the resurgence in recent years. Tucked away in the outskirts of Nigeria's commercial capital is the Yemisi Shyllon Museum of Art on the campus of the Pan-Atlantic University in Ibeju-Lekki. Named after Prince Yemisi Shyllon, a Yoruba prince from Ogun State in southwest Nigeria, and currently one of Nigeria's largest art collectors and a main donor for the University Museum, donating $1.7 million towards its establishment and 15 years of maintenance, along with 1,000 works from his collection. YMSA, as it is often called, has one of the most impressive permanent collections in Nigeria, ranging from contemporary West African artists to historic sculptures. The building itself is an artwork also designed by the museum's inaugural director, Jess Castiote. He explains how this institution maintains its founding ambition to reimagine the way Nigerian history is taught through its art.
More than being a teaching museum, we are a learning museum. We want to be space of a forum for thinking, for learning, for discovery, for exploration. And this is something that fits very well a university environment. We are about to start a program for public secondary schools. So it's a program where rather than bringing people and teaching them, giving them lectures, we want them to discover. We start with objects, in this case Benin bronzes, and we want these young people from this school to start thinking, who made this? When was it made? What was it made for? What materials do they use? You know, we talk of bronze. Bronze is made of copper, tin, and zinc. Do we have copper mines in southern Nigeria? No. From where did in 16th century Benin get copper? So by engaging an object, we can go into the history, the organizational structure of society, we can, the culture, the philosophy, the religion, the aesthetics. So we want people to discover.
On the 30th of April this year, Germany agreed to return priceless artifacts that were stolen when British troops looted thousands of artworks known as the Benin bronzes in 1897. Following auctions, they ended up in museums and private collections across Europe, and though Jess thinks it's justice that they will be returned, he believes that shouldn't be the only narrative.
So this is important. The works is good that they come. But I think we have a danger here, and it's narrowing a much larger reality, narrowing it down to that moment in history when these artworks were taken. Not all artworks in Benin history were taken. And secondly, the production of bronzes in Benin didn't stop with that looting. What are we doing with the works, the ones we have, for instance, now in the National Museum? How many people are going to see them? How are we documenting them? How are we bringing them to ordinary people? How are they helping people to discover more about the roots with the ones we have? Of course, if more come, it will be better. But we already have. And what are we doing? I think that that's a relevant question for us here.
May 18th is International Museum Day, with the theme, The Future of Museums, Recover and Reimagine, one that rings true following a 2020 UNESCO report that states of the 95,000 museums in the world, due to the coronavirus pandemic, 90% were forced to close their doors, with more than 10% that may never reopen.
So COVID, in a way, forced us to rethink what we are, whom we want to reach, how we are going to reach. So in our strategic plan now, for instance, we have as a priority to create a substantial presence in the digital world, to create content that is relevant and useful. So we are working a little bit on doing research, on creating material that can be useful to people outside. COVID, all in all, it was not so bad for us. We managed to survive, we managed to pay our salaries every single month despite not having visitors.
Tour manager Solomon Nkwagu spends a lot of time on the museum floor relating with visitors and speaks on the artworks as they are categorized into different exhibitions, addressing societal issues and showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Nigerian art to the world.
Okay, so this is black gold. So black gold is about the Niger Delta region, the oil-rich region of Nigeria. These are cans of drinks that are burnt into this brownish color. So this talks about crude oil exploration in the Niger Delta and how it is affecting the whole region. When you look at them closely, you see so much sadness. They are not happy about what is going on in the land. So Glimpse of Glory is a 1989 classic by Olako Abiodun that is a tribute to a famous Nigerian footballer that died on the pitch in active service to the nation, Samo Kwaraji. His death is something that reminds us of us all as Nigerians, of an event that could unite us all as a nation.
While the management of the Yemisi Shyllon Museum continues its efforts on not just showcasing Nigerian art, but also introducing educational programs and resources to public secondary schools in the community, the success of the museum will be measured by how much they are able to engage. Sheyton Atigari, Arise News, Lagos.